you could just tell. You just tell like people they just different, man. Like
Yeah, I know. Like for a while, like I didn't really have people to really talk about, certain things with. So it was like, yeah, I had to pretty much keep it all to myself. Like, can't talk to mom about it. Can't talk to my parents about it or my family members because most likely they won't understand. And
because they
like,
ain't talking about it. They ain't, you know. But the crazy thing is when they finally do experience something that's just out of the norm, that the a phenomenon like this happened to one of my relatives, and she don't like me telling her testimony because she feel like, I'm telling her business, but I'm like, it's not like that. It's you're a witness to what we can do. And it's just like she had a phenomenon where it just really couldn't be explained. And guess who they came to for help? Me. And I got her to come back. You know what I'm saying? But she was like, she was fading away. She was seeing demons. She saw her body fading away. Like she was like, I mean, she really lost it. She really lost her freaking mind. They tested her at the hospital. They didn't find the only thing they found in her urine was like THC. Supposedly, that's what they said. So the way she was acting, she shouldn't have been acting like that. Not off no THC. THC don't do that. So then it had to be a supernatural phenomenon. And I know it was. Like, and if you ain't got nobody that really used to this stuff, you know, around you while you going through it, it's gonna be really hard to fight on your own. I've had my own experiences, but she would she didn't even have no kids. And this is when I had my firstborn. And she was like, they call it having maniac episode, but it wasn't a maniac episode. This is some weird shit. Like it almost looked like voodoo or something. She was like, "Oh my, can I hold the baby?" And I let her hold my child. And she was like, she started hugging, oh my God, and started crying and rocking back and forth. Oh my God, this is my baby. She had never had no baby. Mind you, she's 4 years older than me. So I'm looking at this bitch like, what? If she don't give me my baby back, and then like I was like, oh hell no, what the hell is this voodoo? Girl, who house you been eating at? I'm like, she was acting like a little ass kid. Like, how do you not know that's your nephew and you don't have? I was like, you don't have kids. And then like crazy thing is, I came from my dude's house and I was over there visiting my mama, right?
yeah,
And nobody was there. She always give me a key to her place. I go up in there, nobody was there. And first, my mom walked in and she kind of jumped because she didn't know I was there. I was going through some shit, with dude. So I would go to my mom's house when he started tripping. So I'm sitting at the table waiting for them to get back. She jumped because she didn't know I was gonna be there. And you know how black people start acting weird. Like before we show you this, let me explain to you something. She was trying to
yeah,
do that. She was trying to explain something to me, right? But it was too late because in walks in my papa, one of my other papas, and my sister walks in, and she comes straight to me. And I promise to God, she looked like a clone. I'm not even gonna lie to you. This is before I even knew about clones. It looked like she had been cloned because she walked in there and she came straight. She don't do shit like that. She walked straight to me and she looked at me and I looked at her and like it looked like look, I was not on drugs. I wasn't on shrooms, none of that. What I
okay,
fucking saw was like she didn't even look like a real person. It looked like her eyes were like sunken in, like where you could see like the eyeballs popping out. It looked like I'm looking at her and her somehow her face is doing this. I could see it. And I'm looking at them like, and it was scaring the shit out of me. I couldn't stop staring because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not dreaming. I'm not in the dream. And I'm like, do they not see what the fuck I'm seeing? How do you not see this shit?
yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean,
You know how
That
you
I
gotta
mean,
stare and blink your eyes, but it won't go away. And I'm like,
yeah,
how the
yeah,
fuck are they looking at this?
yeah. I remember having like a similar experience, and like it's just like when people and it has I believe it has a lot to do with the third eye. I mean, people talk about it, like people
Yeah.
talk about it, but they don't really understand what it is because they're like, oh, it's metaphorical. I'm like, no, it's not. I mean, they
Okay.
probably say, oh, well, it's the pineal gland. I'm like, yeah, it's in the pineal gland, but it's a literal eye. Like it's like I mean, like you ever, it's like I partially open it, so like I kind of like I can see where it's supposed to be, but it's
Right.
like as far as seeing the actual, I mean, I think they like most people have their eyes have that third eye closed anyway, but
Hmm.
I know where it's supposed to be, and like just like opening that little bit, it's just I mean, kind of actually did it when I was meditating,
Yeah.
just a little bit kind of like open up some stuff from it. I remember I was seeing acquaintance of mine. He used to be a friend. I remember he was talking to me, and I remember I was like, turned around, looked at him. He looked, I mean, he looked human, but he looked like a reptile. Like he had like scales on him, whatever. And like when I
Ooh.
looked at him, and when I looked at him, he looked at me like I caught him or something like that.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, oh yeah, I'll see you later. He left.
Yeah.
It was,
Because my pastor used to say, when you see them, they see you. He would just drop like weird stuff in his sermons. And I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about? Now I'm understanding. I had experience like that in my dream and here. Let me tell you, it's always when I'm not doing no weed or nothing. Like it's always this is why I be smoking. I haven't done it in a while, but like it's like when I smoke weed, I don't see shit just be normal. But when I be
you ever
sober, I be seeing crazy shit. I be like, hell no. Like how do
you
you
you you
like
you ever seen the movie Umbrella? I mean, not movie. You said the TV show Umbrella Academy.
Umbrella Academy? I'm gonna type
It,
that
it,
in.
yeah, it's like based off a comic book and like it's like it was like showing like phenomena like all these kids been born and like seven of them survived and I mean I think the original story I think that's like the original story but I think like in the comic like in the movie in the show it's just like show like there were
I'm
like
gonna put
41 babies and only seven of them wanted to go to this dude who was like going to train them these powers and there's like this guy they were called number four, and he was known as the Seance, and he was able to see spirits and all that, and communicate with them. So I guess like it got too much for him. So like the only way he would stop seeing them is when he was high. So he would stay high all the time just to keep himself from seeing spirits.
get out of here.
Yeah,
That's like confirmation. Yo, I just booked my. Oh my god, that is
yeah,
whoa. Oh my god, that is weird. Oh my god. Wow. I mean, there's no coincidence.
yeah,
Like, I okay, it was 2000. I want to say 9 because I had graduated Job Corps, came back to Cali. I wanted so I was 19. Yeah, I was 19 because this was before my baby daddy became a baby daddy. He was chasing a cat. He decides to call me and yeah, if you have daughters, don't give them a phone. For real. you know. But I have my own phone. So he calls me on the phone. I meet up with him at somewhere near where I was at, and like I think a beauty school. He knew some girls at the beauty school, and it was right next to the house I was staying in. So I didn't know about the city out here. So he was showing me around. So we went to a park in the daytime. I remember some young dudes. Young dudes. They were like young dudes that were sagging their pants. Like I don't want to call them hoodlums, but that's how they look like. And they were just sitting on the table and they foot on the bench part. and I think their back was to us, but they stuck out because they was actually talking about spiritual things. I'll never forget this day. All of a sudden, he was talking to me about God and stuff. He didn't know because I didn't reveal to him I knew anything about God because I didn't want nobody to know. Remember how I told you about with the tongues and how that was going for me?
Yeah.
I was friends from left to right. So I was like, I ain't gonna let nobody know I have a relationship with God. So this dude trying to tell me about God and all, he could cast out demons and stuff, right? He started talking like that. So I'm like, word, you could do that? So I'm listening, right? Tell me why all of a sudden, and we're sitting on like little lunch benches with the, and it has like a big canopy, built over it. And the rest is like grass and trees and, you know, basketball, recreational center. We're right in the middle of this park. A woman, a black woman at that, kind of look a little rough. And she comes walking, and with the weave hair and all that. She
Yeah.
come walking from my peripheral. I could see her towards us. So I look, and when I look, I'm not lying. I saw an animal head on her body, like it looked like a wild boar. Like it scared the shit out of me. I jumped the fuck up off the bleachers and ran towards his bike. I was like, what the fuck? My heart, I almost started speaking in tongues because I was so fucking afraid. But I over here trying to make him not know I know anything about God. I'm about to blurt out in tongues. I'm so freaking scared. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
those hoodlums, they looked at me, right? Just like a stare. They looked to see, and I looked back her, and I could still see it. I'm like, do they not see this shit? I start crying. I was like, oh my god! Like, he's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? He thought by the time she passed, oh, I didn't mean that. She tried to like I don't know. She was trying to glitch back to human or something. Oh, I didn't mean nothing, or I'm sorry. And she walked away. She hurried up and left. It was when he came close to me. He was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And I'm trying to calm down and tell him what happened. And I didn't want to tell him what happened because I'm like, he gonna think I'm crazy. you know? And I'm like, how do you not see that? How did they not see? How they don't see this shit? And I'm like, I saw something on that lady. I saw something. I don't even think I told him what I saw. I saw something like she don't look human or something. I don't know what I said. I don't think I told him what I saw because I didn't want to think I was crazy. And he was like, "Oh, I thought it was your mama or something." I was like, "What? How the hell can you be thinking about?" Like I'm grown. I'm 19. I'm not lying about my age because he was lying about his age. Now I look back, but I'm grown. I could be out here. I could be talking to a dude. If I couldn't, I wouldn't be out here. You know what I'm saying? He over here thinking about my age because I guess his mind was in the gutter. But he talking about God. But he thought that was my mom. Like you thought that thing that's not even human was my mom. Like even if my mom did see me talking to a dude, like, I'ma just say hi, mama, and introduce. Like this is my mom. I would never run from my mama. You know?
Yeah.
That shit was weird. I know
Yeah.
what I saw. I saw what I saw. I wasn't on no drugs. I was clean. I was sober. I'm trying to tell. I was clean for more than a year. I don't know how long, but at least I know more for at least a year. I hadn't had sex in about 3 months. So,
You say similar things. Like I heard like George Clinton tell me when I met him a few years ago, when he was talking about talking about his UFO story. He would tell me like that, like him and Boosie were around one day, and then all of a sudden they see like these three lights, and next thing you know, he said they lost time, and next thing you know, when they woke back up, it was dark, like everybody was going in the house and all that. And he was
ooh.
he was making sure that I wasn't high or nothing. He wanted. he wanted to
Cause
make
he
that clear. I
know.
wasn't. And then I think after that, like him and Boosie didn't talk about it for like 20 years. And then one day they called each other. He called Boosie. He was like, "Hey Boosie, you remember that time with the lights and the UFO and all that?" And a lot of times said, "Man," he said, "Man, I thought that was a dream, man." He,
Oh,
it was just like he still remembered it. Like he was like,
yeah, that shit don't go away. You think you
"Yeah, I
might
mean."
forget about it a couple of years, but it come right back up. Like,
And the crazy thing about it, when I asked him that, like the look on his face, he was shocked. He was not expecting nobody to ask that question. Because I was over, like saying, I heard that you may. Cause I asked him, like, I heard you had like a UFO experience, like like I heard after my father had a similar experience. So when I said that, like he had like a shocked look on his face, like he was kind of staring there for a minute, and he was like, and the first thing I heard him say is that scared the hell out of me.
You are the most talented, most interesting, and most extraordinary person in the universe. And you are capable of amazing things because you are the special.